there are literally millions of passenger pigeons. They just disappeared overnight. There's been about 3 monographs on passenger pigeons, and they've all come up with other funny explanations for it. But I think it's just a case of some sort of gene that's related to the mortality of the things and the killer population. Yeah, an adaptation for probing in mud, having a long bill. It's probably just as much an adaptation for feeding on berries at the bottom that have fallen off the plant at the bottom of the.
Still not absolutely certain about that one.
No.
Jourdain collection in amongst it, which he pinched.
Yeah.
From the Jourdain collection, and being a member of the Jourdain collection. And the RSPB had managed to misidentify 40% of them. So in any other prosecution, it would have just been thrown out of court. But since the judge didn't know any better,
Now, recently, well, when Andy William was sort of running things here,
trim.
Right.
And it was verified by Ticehurst. And then Ticehurst had a perfectly good continental bird, which he said was doubtful. It could be Icelandic. It couldn't have been anything like an Icelandic, but in the same colour.
I know. Well, I looked at barn owls in Tring once, and there was a specimen of the Indian race, totally different, with a South Coast label on it, you know, from here. How
similar niche to that, long-tailed duck.
Well, it's more related to eider ducks, I think, than it's more related to eider ducks than long-tailed ducks. Yeah.
No, I meant in terms of habitat. Well, eider is similar.
Well, it's a sea duck, and it's
Mussel feeder.
Mussels.
It's supposed to be fairly closely related to Stella's eider, isn't it? That's the one they say it's closely related.
Yeah, it's about the same size, isn't it? Roughly.
There's a bit of a blurb there anyway if you want to read it when you're.
Yeah, it's alleged that one of them is supposed to be the last specimen that was alive, so somebody shot it.
Well, it was thought that was that one there is out of Tristram's collection, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it was thought it was
What?
You find a good one, Passenger Pigeon.
it's smart of the Eskimo Curlew, isn't it?
Well, if you
You mentioned the Labrador Ducks.
Yeah.
These are all extinct specimens on this table.
Well, that's extinct as well.
Including the dodo, which is, well, it's a hell of an
I'm a skeptic by nature, you know.
It's got population fluctuation. You've got to look at the right thing before you can decide.
Surprising number of coming up there with unidentified birds. Why is that?
because we're not very good at foreign birds.
I think can work the other way. The genes can cause the mortality of a particular species quite quickly. If there's a mutation.
It might have been a very specialised feeder. It's built.
Well, that's what it's. It was only feeding on mussels. It's not that specialised. Yeah. Well, it's specialised to the extent that it needs mussels. A bit like grey ducks. I mean, they were never common in our time, but they might have been before. And if it's a bird that's on its way out, you know, and I think genetics. No. Get it back on the computer and transfer it to a background of herbal marshes. Yeah.
Surprised no.
And an owl. We've got that on film. It's a tiny bird. Take the pieces, you know, within a few hundred yards of where the owl is. And the nest is safe. Would you mind us taking any of all of those out in the packet?
Yeah, no problem.
That's little Whimbrel, isn't it?
Alright, let's just sort that. So, Ray wanted to look at corncrake. Don't know.
What might be interesting?
Poor bugger, right? The ones collected in this country were collected on Scottish moorland eating bilberries.
Chris, what's the scientific name of an ivory gull?
Sorry.
Ivory gull.
Something he burned you.
Scientific name.
Never know. It's a fairly common Asiatic bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Been to the Philippines? Unusual. Not many places you haven't been to.
People change, don't they? Sometimes. Sorry. Do you know all of these people?
Yeah.
Actually, it looks better. I've wound the eye.
A lot of these mountain specimens are.
I've wound the ISO up on this, and it's
underneath, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit dusty as well.
The pink-headed.
But I mean, it's a real thing at one time.
There was a certain chap who founded a museum in Kingston upon Hull, and he had such a bad reputation that he was once seen arriving at another museum, and as he walks up the drive, the director jumps up from his desk and said, "Lock every cabinet."
Had to send a DNA sample off to Australia to get it sequenced, and it is actually a unique species. The nearest relative, I think, is the Malabar pigeon, which is that part's the
So that's here, is it?
That's
that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I asked to be put out.
Yeah. And it's,
Is that the only one?
That's it later. We're going around.
The trouble with that, it's been handled so often that sort of bits are starting to fall off.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that though is that it's gone some way to demonstrating that the dodo is a pigeon. It's the closest relation that there is to a dodo. That's the fact. Between that and a Nicobar pigeon, they're far greater than between wood pigeons and stock doves and things like that. So, and I think it's not known where it actually came from, is it?
No, there's no location.
But it's obviously a
details at all.
Pacific island one.
Yeah.
Dale Street, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to get a photocopy of the paper, which is a perfectly good scientific paper for the time, but I doubt if anybody read it in a thing called Good Word.
No.
you'd need it.
Whoops. Yeah, I can't concentrate on them at all.
No, you've got to sit down with them for hours.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, something like Eskimo Curlew and Slender-billed Curlew is a bit more straightforward because the big things. You can read it out loud.
Crex. Yes. Stornoway Lewis. 1870. That'll be 1870 rather than... No, it isn't actually.
R.A.E.
Oh, so it is.
I've got you at the end.
Not quite 1870, but we'll soon be there.
Has that got a ring on it?
Whose is it then?
Everyone.
Makes the Pennington gift look a bit sort of...
They are incredible birds. One was seen in Spain, you know.
What?
Swallowtail kite.
Yes, we seem to have quite a lot of Egyptology going on. We're not happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you're,
that's yours,
you're
is it?
by Vivian, are you?
I'm next to Vivian.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm her next door neighbour.
Oh, are you?
I would.
Sorry.
No,
Oh God.
I think exactly the.
Flying in house sparrows.
Yeah, but yeah, they ate they bouncy lads. When the guests had gone away, otherwise the guests might have got a bit, some of them anyway. The robin strokers might have got upset.
Well, it's I've got leases of great leases of
It's called a cool calendar.
So.
And then the other big collection we got was from Canon Tristram in 1896, which is we've got 16,000 and odd of his. So that's got 30,000 odd specimens just of those two collections, plus all the others we've got since then. We've got about roughly 45,500 specimens just of museum.
Part of Tristram's collection is in Philadelphia, though.
It is, yeah. There's probably about 5,000 or 6,000 over there. It's a huge collection. And so the other ones will keep cropping up here, there and everywhere. So we'll probably never get to sort of find out.
We've got so many different varieties or types of pheasant in our field.
Yeah.
I mean, every one is different. This is what I'm trying,
Mainly American, I suspect.
South American.
Yes. I mean, these.
American. Some South American, some North
Yeah. You can usually tell by on the label and the handwriting where they came from. Yeah. Yeah, the mistake there from Chelsea.
And actually, the copy I've got is perfect because I compared it with the original, which is well, not the original, but that was one from the one we got here.
You'll note that lots of these, if you ever look any good at Latin names, a lot of these names were based on a classification which was published in 1912.
Oh, yeah. And they're not Latin.
There we are.
Waxies.
Yeah.
They're small, aren't they?
Presumably it was in that one.
Yes, that right hand one. I thought it must be because there was a document in it. It didn't seem to mention that, does it?
Oh, didn't it?
Well, that's a list of
Yeah.
what's in.
That confounds my theory. I thought it looked pale. And you can't see the crest. I thought it was paler with the longer
The
course.
crest on that seems to go to about there.
Yeah, but it wasn't on store.
Where's that
I don't think.
This is a Japanese one.
It was the one on the smaller islands.
That's a Japanese race or the Japanese
Yeah,
waxwing?
Japanese race.
To give a type locality, you know, to the nearest town.
Well, the race is Central Asia something or other.
Southwest.
Look at that. The crest seems to come to there on that one and there on that one. It does seem to be slightly longer.
Is that on the Japonicus?
Yeah, that's from Lincoln. This is one's from Lincolnshire, so that's British.
But that's talking about the crest being very variable with age and sex. Just to calm you down.
Yeah. Truly, she just got watching it and just.
train.
Right.
Television on the front of a camera on the front.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
They get these on Cyprus, don't they, Finches?
Not sure, the Middle East.
Not on the British.
Well, it was Tristram's Middle Eastern thing. Well, the Sahara stuff, really, that Darwin was attracted to. And it's in Descent of Man, Richard.
All right.
Chairman of the Asian Committee of the University of Durham.
Right.
And his daughter is now in Mary's College in Durham.
Right.
So that was a good find, really.
Yes,
And he has this original letter, which is a letter from Darwin explaining.
Lake Moss. We, I think we decapitated it on the train on the way back. So we had the complete corpse on the train, steam train, of course, in those days. And
It's a hooper swan. Ron and I